Okay, call the meeting to order. Joe Blau, Brian Mon, Miles Davidson present. Notice of the meeting was properly posted on March 12th, and I believe Mr. Barnes has been summoned for the prayer and pledge.
Welcome. Let's pray. Father God, we're thankful for this day, Lord, and as we look forward to the duty at hand, we just ask that you would grant diligence and wisdom to the commissioners and to their staffs. We thank you for the county family, and Lord, we just lift them up, and the government at all levels, Father, and leadership. We just pray that you would grant wisdom, help us to see you, see your will, and the plans that you have for us. We ask that you protect our public safety folks and military, both home and abroad, and all their families, Lord. And we thank you for the opportunity to serve. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes of March 4th? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion to approve the claims?
Motion to approve claims. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any change to the blanket?
Motion to approve blanket. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opening of the bids.
The next item is for a recommendation for award for printing and mailing services for the assessor's office at CW 24020. We had 4 vendors bid on this, and I'm recommending award to the low vendor, who is Peregrine Corporation. These services are in the bid to enter into a 1-year contract with 4 options to renew after that. And this is standard for this mailing service as well as the treasurer's mailing service.
Motion to approve the recommendation. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The next item is our opening for first floor annex entrance and security. This is one of your ARPA projects. We received 2 proposals. The first bid is from Jim Cooley Construction in 2 envelopes. The second bid is from W.L. McNatt and Company.
Move they be tabulated and returned. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, any individual consideration of the consent docket?
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye. District 1.
Thank you, Commissioner. The first item is just to allow the posting of flyers notifying the public of the warrant clearing event on April the 12th. And it is in a new location this time.
What's the new location this time?
I believe it is at, and I have to pull up the flyer, I apologize. I think it's down at OCCC.
Oh.
Okay, is that your motion?
Yes, sir, please.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The second item is, you'll recall the board previously approved an agreement with the city of Del City for repairs to Bryant Avenue on their side of the street, being the east side. This is the Oklahoma City side of that same section, so I would move its approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
This next agreement is with the city of Del City. It is for repairs to Vicky Drive, and Del City will reimburse us 100%. Move its approval.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 24 is likewise an agreement with the city of Choctaw for a drainage ditch and a couple of culverts, and I'll move the item.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
On, we have 2 citizens signed up to speak, I think, in relation to these items. Gina Standridge.
Morning, Commissioners. I'm here. You know what I'm here for. I'm opposing 25 and 26. And on 26, the land swap. How can you enter into talks or an agreement with the school district when you don't even own the property you're wanting to swap? The land you're offering to swap is not a great piece of property. It's going to cost thousands and thousands of dollars to excavate that to get it ready to build a sports complex from the ground up. Crooked Oak only has 26 million in bond. Now I know for a fact from the ground up to rebuild everything they've got where it is way more than 26 million. Who's going to pay for that? Are we promising them that? Because that's what we're hearing. So that's more money added in to this jail that we don't even have enough money to build in the first place. I mean, you know, there are policies and procedures in place for decades that control people from just doing what they want and going unchecked. Miles, do you think that you're above that? 1901 grand isn't even out of planning. You yourself has said you don't think it will pass in zoning with the city council. Brian Mon has said that too. So we're just going to go around them? You know, if the things that I've heard you've said are true about private property and sovereignty, then there would be no need for city planning. People can just do what they want and go unchecked. We're going to have total chaos. Do you really think the courts are going to set a precedence because it's private property or you're sovereign that likely will affect all of the rest of the United States if they vote your way? I represent thousands in Dale City and Oklahoma City. I've heard from so many in Crooked Oak because no information has been told to that community at all. Mid-Dale has worked overtime to inform its public. I don't think the Crooked Oak people are getting this same information. A lot of them are Spanish-speaking people, and they don't understand what you're going to do to their community. The older people that live there, not happy. The teachers, not happy. You heard from the teachers union there, not happy. Seems to me people are making decisions for that area that don't live in that area. And I would really want to be open and honest with the community that I'm representing as to what's happening. You know, I've also put in an open records request. Months, it's going on weeks, 6 weeks now. I haven't heard anything. Who do I need to talk to? The DA? Where are those records? You know, I don't think we're being open and honest with that community, with the rest of the community, with the rest of the public. I mean, we don't have enough money to build the jail as it is, and you're offering up millions, pressuring a small school district into a land swap that they're never going to get to complete their sports complex. And I hope they get everything in writing.
Jess Edding.
I think you got one more after me that's tried to sign up to speak as well.
Okay.
Yeah, here to oppose 25 and 26. I think that the Dale City is DOA, City Council. I don't think litigation is viable considering the timeline and the expenses we're already short on. I'm just, again, frustrated that I'm not seeing any action on downtown location, especially from District 1. I mean, this is your district, and the property owners haven't been reached out to inquire about it. I don't understand that. I don't think the public understands that. It's been the clear, unanimous preference of the public, of these that have come to these meetings, that have attended town halls, that they want to keep it where it is. now I'm seeing efforts to advance a project that we probably all agree is DOA at City Council, and I think that my understanding is it goes for the east side location as well. I don't think the City Council sees the viability of those locations, and so my understanding is the City Council does see the viability of downtown, the current location, and yet no official or a government official from Oklahoma County, to my understanding, has reached out to those property owners down there. And, politically and pragmatically and practically, I still can maintain that even if you could get Dell City through, you're in a budget shortfall. And I know there's disagreements, but I don't think you got a vote to get a sales tax passed to finish that project or any other project, not to mention all the diversion services and good programs that sales tax, county sales tax is needed for. But I think that if you push it downtown and acquiesce to the overwhelming majority's preference on this, that you could get a sales tax passed, and you told them that it'd be more expensive. I assume that's the main prohibition on pursuing it. And I think they've told you that that is fine with them. And they're the ones who would have to pony up out of the sales tax to pay for that. So, that just seems like the writing on the wall to me. And obviously, I would oppose any efforts considering a waste of county resources to pursue Dell City until you get an answer from City Council. Thank you.
Cynthia?
Good morning, Commissioners. Still, I always have to read, just too nervous. Did you know that on February 22nd, just hours after you voted the Grand Boulevard location as the location for the jail, Google Maps already had it listed on the map. It read, New Oklahoma County Jail, with its own little red pointer. I have a screenshot. I find it curious how Google knew so quickly, even suspicious. Was it a done deal before the official vote? I hope not. Miles, you ran on fighting federal overreach. What about local overreach? Overreach of crushing a small community. How does it look when you make a statement that the county won't have to follow the Oklahoma City Council rezoning vote when it doesn't go your way? Every person and entity in Oklahoma are supposed to follow the law. Rules for thee, but not for me. Just a few other items that set off my spidey senses. Miles has been friend with the landowner of 1901 East Grand Boulevard for 20, 30 years. Miles was having a benefit thrown for him by Flintco, the general contractor for the jail. It has since been moved to Rococo after being called out. Again, it's all quite curious. Brian, you endorsed Miles. He served as your deputy commissioner. Your name is attached to him. If there are any underhand or backroom deals, for example, the Crooked Oak unzoned, unauthorized land swap, shouldn't present scandalous dealings be of concern to you? According to your bio, you cleaned up a scandal-plagued commissioner's office. Does anything about this concern you? Even if you think it isn't true, don't you owe it to yourself and us, your constituents, to prove that it isn't? He might not be the wholesome guy you think he is. If he has nothing to hide, an investigation will release him of any wrongdoing. But Commissioner Mon, if you choose to turn a blind eye, are you okay going down with the ship, the Miles Davidson ship? Tides are turning in the favor of truth. In this current tech age where the internet is a wealth of information, skeletons will be exposed. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Any others who wish to speak on this? District 3.
Yeah, these are just simply to allow Stacy to work with Smith Roberts and Crooked Oak School should we want to enter into negotiations with them. I know that's been a lot of discussion, and that's what these two items do. We can take them one at a time, probably preferably. Item 25 is, again, the Smith Roberts, and that would be for the site that was selected, and I'll make that motion.
And so just to be clear, this is to go negotiate the price after we've had the assessment of the property value.
That's correct. We've had our correct me if I'm wrong on this, Stacy, we've had our first evaluation and we're entering into our second, eval
The review appraisals happening right now.
appraisals. So those two have happened, or the first one has happened, and we're getting 3 or 2.
Just one review appraisal, which
Okay.
should be done this week.
And again, this was going to be necessary regardless whichever location we wound up going to, so is there a second?
Not here.
Second that motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Okay. And then item 26, for my clarification, this is no done deal. This is just to see what they want to do
That's absolutely correct. It is
and
to
get their wish list, if you will.
talk to them about the possibilities of anything that possibly could happen. And again, that's a possibility. And to talk to them about being on that site. Of course, they're 1,236 feet away now. So if they elect to stay where they're currently at, this would be talking to them to say, what do you guys need between us and you? So that's my motion.
Okay. And sometimes, we can't address citizen comment if it's just under public comment, but if it's an agenda item, we can address it. And so I will share that I have talked with a couple of members of the city council, just having direct conversations. I continue to get discouragement that it doesn't appear to be promising at City Hall. This is, in my mind, what we have to do in order to be prudent on our end, just in case that it should come to pass, even if it's not likely that it's going to come to pass. We can't wait until I asked Councilman Stone yesterday what he thought was a timeline for Oklahoma City Hall, because like you, I haven't received any information or heard any definitive comment. And I don't know that he's definitive, but he at least shared with me that he felt like it would be sometime next month, nothing this month. And so we can't wait, to your point, Jess, about the timeline, to not be doing everything we can do on our end up until that time, even if this probably is a long shot. So I'll second the motion. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay.
And a little bit on the no. Because we're opposed to that site, we believe that if we don't go there, this is not necessary. As this perhaps continues to move forward, though, and it would become necessary that Crooked Oak may have to relocate, we will become much more involved at that time. But keeping with our no votes, right now, that's where we're at.
And you can file this under commissioner comments, I guess, without a specific agenda item to this, but we haven't got the results back of any of the other sites yet. So there isn't a lack of due diligence to explore other options. We just don't have any new information at this time to put on the agenda. Engineering?
This first item is ARPA project on the 5th floor of this building. This is to hire Midwest Wrecking to do the wrecking work on that floor, following the asbestos contractor who's up there right now. Bringing this on a little early is going to help the asbestos contractor with his schedule. It was originally 8 months. This might help us by a month or two. So we're going to spend the rest of the spring and summer asbestos removal and wrecking out the 5th floor.
Motion to approve.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The next item is a change order on our juvenile justice lobby. That project's almost finished. This is kind of a cleanup change order, adding some additional framing and glass to the interior. And we're mostly working on the interior now. There was some deducts as well, but the sum total of the change order is $1,729, and I'd recommend approval.
Motion to approve. If you haven't been over there to see that, that's a good little project.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Item 29 has to do with the alternative sites that you selected for the new jail. This is to get our geotechnical services going to do some drilling on those sites. The 3 sites were down at I-240 and Sunny Lane at Best Choice Homes, the Townley Trust site just about east of here, and Reno and Exchange, which is on the south end of downtown. This would be the new price for that company. It's an amendment to the original contract.
Where's that Reno in Exchange again? Downtown?
Yeah, it's in the south end of downtown.
Thank you.
You want to ask what the Townley Trust area is? Right
Move
next to
the
Dell
approval.
City. Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Nobody from MIS. Yeah, go ahead. Bring it to the clerk. This is just a renewal for the CJAC, not CJAC, the Jail Trust of IT Services. Oh, dang, there you are. I thought I saw you, and then I didn't.
Good morning. Yeah, this is just a yearly agreement to provide services for the jail trust for the rest of the fiscal year. There's not much in this. It is dated until the end of the fiscal year, but they have, for the most part, split. There's not much left that we're doing, but this covers that first 4 months of most of it covers the first 4 months of the fiscal year.
That was going to be my question, is because I thought they were
Yeah.
almost completely
They're
off.
it's close, Miles. It's close. Hopefully, this is the last one. In fact, probably will be the last one.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. The next one's OLEDs.
Yeah, the next one it's an agreement with OLEDs it's really between us and OLEDs, that involves the 4 law enforcement agencies of the county, the sheriff's office, juvenile court services, and the DA's office. And what this is it's basically an agreement that says we're the non-criminal justice agency that provides their access to it. So it just says essentially we're going to follow the rules. There's been a personnel shakeup over at OLEDs, and they've gotten kind of a stickler on this now. This is something that, quite frankly, should have been done years ago, but just not required by them. So there's no money involved. It's a perpetual agreement. We'll probably never see it again.
Okay. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. Are you doing infrastructure?
Yes, Commissioner. As you know, the DA's office relocated from the 5th floor out of here. However, they're to serve the public better, they have a few people here to accept payments. That is now down on the 1st floor, and they are requesting card reader access to that space. Currently, it's a lock and key. So we are recommending that you would make an approval of that request, an amount not to exceed $10,000, and we have identified our capital projects as needed line item as the source of those funds. Pending your approval, we'll see an item on the budget board to set up the line item necessary.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Sheriff.
Commissioners, this is basically it's a process that allows us to allow Bethany to do investigative and arrest powers outside of their jurisdiction. This is pretty common. We do this with Edmond, Oklahoma City. There's no civil exposures to the county by doing this.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Are you speaking to this item?
Thank you, sir. Now you've got a police agency willing to go outside its jurisdiction. Let me, Michael, this is my normal tone of voice. Let me slow down a little bit. Because when I hear such foolishness, I get totally upset. Mr. Tommy Johnson, you can't fool nobody, son. Because the purpose of what you're doing here is going behind the backs of what the voters want and requiring those people to stay in their jurisdiction and not invade upon the rights of what I might decide to do, not saying me personally, to violate the law, whatever the case may be. This is not some constitutional right these people have. This is not some statutory right these people have. What this is a indelible attempt by an agency to disregard and maybe what we want to say, help the Oklahoma County out. Is that what this really is all about? That's why you have a Bethany, Oklahoma, not Oklahoma City. even though it is Oklahoma County entwined. But what I'm saying, no, these people need to stay where they are. What is this? Discuss and possible action regarding attached interlocal agreement between the city of Bethany and Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office supporting the cross-commissioning of Bethany Police Detectives. And Oklahoma County Sheriff, no. They need to be separate agencies. Why don't we go and say, and let the legislators say, okay, legislators, let's say Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office and Bethany Police Department, in other words, slash. That seems like me the best thing to do if we're going to do that. The voters of the people, the Oklahoma legislators already laid out what they want these agencies to represent. So again, I know you're probably going to approve, but I just wanted to let you know when I express my rights and indignation. Thank you so much, Fleur, for allowing me to speak.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Commissioner comments, District 1.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Bloomer is in DC with the ACOG Board of Directors, since she represents this body on that. And heard from her yesterday that she was able to hand deliver to each of the congressional offices our letter regarding the ARPA fund usage.
3.
No, thank you. Hopefully we can get somewhere with that.
Happy birthday to you yesterday. Any new business? If not, is there a motion to any other citizens to speak before we go into executive session? Okay.
I just thought that's on that issue. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It won't take long. Thank you. My wonderful people. I personally missed what I walked into on the back end. I don't know what it was, but I guarantee it has something to do with the placement of this new house of horror. My corn phrase, no one can take it from me. I want to suggest to everybody today for you to reconsider the wishes of the people of Dale City. These people are hurting and wondering what their future is going to hold with this gigantic, monstrous, uncalled for, very scary house of horror being into their community now. Commissioners, Mr. Mon, I don't know you, sir, but Mr. Davison, there are plenty of places. Why is it that these people, jails requests, are not in your parts of where you represent? Why did it have to be this Dale City of all places, east toward downtown Oklahoma City? The current jail's location is a fabulous, well-renowned, not necessarily great place to be, but at the same time, it's already established. You have money for it. The lady's already talking about how she's going to use the ARPA funds in Washington, D.C. I mean, don't you have money that you already put into this particular case, this facility? The voice of the people, one minute, I'm gone. The voice of the people must be heard. They are a society of people, law-abiding citizens, going to work every day, feeding at you, going to the parks, having fun, doing a little recreation facilities. Yes, you're going to bring money into the community, but at the expense of lives. Not saying, again, Michael wants this to say in closing. I want to make this clear. I'm not saying every person in jail is a violent offender or a criminal. No, that's not a fact. Because I was up there and the suckers let me out. Okay, not recently, but yes, I was there. But I'm saying to y'all, we need to reconsider. And before you, I don't know, engineers or whatever, we need to find out if they're legitimate. We need to find out if they're kin to any one of you. We need to find out if they maybe a moral. That is my question there. Thank you so much, Mr. Mon. You've always been very receptive. Thank you.
Commissioner, before we recess, I neglected to mention the handout that we have on our desk here. Ms. Standridge brought these, and I'll let her, if it's okay with you, Commissioner Mon, kind of tell you what we have here, and then I
Well,
might add
I
a
wanted to
comment or
say
two.
too, to add to my earlier comments, I still have seen nothing on the agenda for Crooked Oak. I would think something of this magnitude would need to be approved by that school district's board, even entering into talks, because it's so controversial. And that's upsetting because it still makes us think things are going on behind closed doors, and it should be held in an open setting, voted on by the people. And to get to the Kelso Legacy Project, this is something good for Dell City. We have raised up to $150,000 for a heroic size statue to be placed at Dell City High School Stadium to honor his life and legacy, to influence the youth of our community and our community on knowing values, character, and we are going to do that on March 29th, which is Vietnam Veterans Day. And we will be pinning a number of Vietnam veterans along with Robert Kelsu's family. So it's going to be a nice, something good for Dell City, and we need it.
If I remember correctly, he was an All-American football player at the University of Oklahoma.
He was
Played in the-
All-American. He went on to
played in
play
the
for
NFL,
Buffalo Bills.
and then
He
went
could've
into the
got-
service and lost
Could have
his
got
life.
off. And they told him he could be a weekend warrior, and he said, I'm no better than anyone else. He went and lost his life.
So it's an uncommon legacy that
Yes,
you're
it
honoring.
is.
So
I mean, and we'll do a documentary that day on his life. It's very moving. So it's something that is good for Dell City aside from the jail.
I thank you for bringing this to everyone's attention. Motion to recess into executive session.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
there a motion to return to regular session?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Action on the remaining item?
Motion to proceed as discussed.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any other citizens to speak? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Everybody in? Okay, call the PBA together. It was properly posted on March 12th. Miles Davidson, Brian Mon, Joe Blau present. Approval of the minutes for March 4th.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion to approve the claims.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. This is to use the event center for OSU.
OSU and healthcare, yeah. Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Item 4 is to receive the report of fees for February.
Motion to receive the
Second.
PBA and Metro fees reports.
Second.
Item 4 and 5.
Yes.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Did you catch that, or do we need to do another one? Okay. And 1 parking space.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any citizens wishing to speak for the PBA or board comments or new business? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.